welcome back. Today it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little travel hack episode just to give you a couple tips on how to stay fit when you travel. If you're like me, you like to travel, but you don't like to limit yourself on where you go to eat. You want to eat at the nicest places, eat the best foods, and maybe still have a six-pack, still be jacked, still look good, still be active, still be fit. So I'm going to give you 3 main tips on how to do that. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Petruso. I own an insurance agency, I own a real estate investment company, and I created complete financial freedom in my life. And I get to travel and enjoy great vacations wherever I go and eat whatever I want and still maintain a six-pack all year round. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, maybe you want to learn. Just a couple tips that I've learned over the many years of traveling to many different places and being in love with food. I love eating food. I don't want to ever stop eating food, but I also like being fit. I like being active. I like having a good body. So how do I manage it? And I've learned this the hard way of overindulging myself on many trips, coming back 5-10 pounds overweight, and then having to be super disciplined for weeks on end because I went off the rails on a vacation. I don't want you to have to do that, so hopefully just learn from me a little bit. So the first thing that you have to do when booking any type of vacation is never book an all-inclusive resort. Even if you say, okay, well, I know I'm going to be, disciplined. I'm not going to eat anything, crazy at the buffets or anything like that. Well, even if you actually did that, it requires a lot of discipline and it requires a lot of willpower throughout the day to know that I have this amazing buffet over here that's constantly running with tacos and pizza and ice cream, and now I have to consciously think about not eating it because your animal brain is going to keep telling you that you want that food. And I've done this a couple times, and I've done it when I was trying to diet, and it's actually makes the experience so terrible. Like, you don't actually even enjoy the vacation because you're constantly having to be disciplined and think about not eating the food. So all-inclusive resorts are terrible. I love them, but they're terrible. And if you actually want to be fit, never book an all-inclusive because it will require you to make decisions all day about not eating, right? Or you just go ham like me and put 10 pounds on. So that's the first thing. In addition to that, for me specifically, I try and eat one big meal a day. I like to have, a fasted workout in the morning. I like to, be active throughout the day, and I like to eat just a big meal at night. So another trick, this is still with the first tip, but sometimes I try and avoid hotels that actually have even buffet breakfast, because if they have a buffet breakfast, I'll go ham on just even the breakfast. So, I know that for myself, and it's great. If you can maintain it and eat a good breakfast, great. Don't listen to me. But if you're like me and you're a fat ass and you just love eating food, and you like having, just a big meal at night, then avoid places that give you free breakfast. It'll probably save you money too. So the all-inclusive and the free breakfast, and you might even be able to save some money on where you stay. So that's the first tip. Second tip, when you're traveling, I don't care what you're doing, where you're at, every day should have some type of planned activity that requires movement, right? I usually walk everywhere I go a minimum of an hour, a minimum. I just personally love walking. So most places I go, I'm gonna dedicate a couple hours of my day to walk for a few hours just to explore around the city, to see what it's all about, and to really just not only explore, gain a lot of insights on my own head, gain some perspective walking around a city. And I never walk with headphones because I want to be in the city. I want to be wherever I'm at, and I want to know what's going on. And especially some of the places I travel, you don't want to be not aware of your surroundings. You don't want to be that guy that's just like oblivious to the fact that somebody could rob you because you're wearing an Apple Watch and walking around with your iPhone. So walk around a minimum of an hour, do a hike, do something, but I think that's a great way to maintain some movement in your body, burn some extra calories. That's a great way. So that's important. So step 2, make sure you move. And then lastly, whenever you do go to eat, try the best places, go to the best restaurants, get the best foods. However, make sure you get very high protein rich meals. Do not get big pasta dishes with no meats or seafood, or big heavy cheese dishes or sauce dishes with no meat, right? You need a lot of protein, and protein not only will satiate you and fill you up more, but it'll actually make you leaner. It'll keep your energy fit, and you won't feel so like bogged down by just having this like huge pasta meal and then like a big dessert. I've done it many times, so you're learning from experience of knowing that you can't do anything after that, right? And then the next day you feel like shit too. So you should just have a great meal, but at a great restaurant they always have great protein options, right? So if you have a great protein option, get a big meal, tons of protein. Get some, you can get a dessert. I'm not telling you can't have fun, can't enjoy yourself, but these are easy 3 little things that allow me to still travel and maintain my physique wherever I travel, and still be energized throughout the day, still look good, still feel good, and not have to be so disciplined to not eat everything that's shoved in front of my face because it's all inclusive and I feel like I already paid for it, so I have to, I feel like I get my money's worth, or I'm just walking by the ice cream and I have to tell myself, don't eat it, and now I'm using willpower up. So yeah, those are kind of 3 things that I try and stick to whenever I travel. Avoid all inclusives, avoid breakfast places if you can. Make sure you walk around at least an hour a day, and then have a big protein rich dinner. Enjoy your desserts. All right, hopefully this was helpful. Whenever you're traveling, you gotta stay active, gotta stay fit, and it'll keep you feeling good and young. I'm an old man, but I still look just like I looked when I was 18. So peace, be easy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.